All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men who taught me this truth. I would like to say shalom to you Akim and you Fuakwath, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. It's your brother Michael Allah coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord willing to edify. And the title of this lesson is simply Draft is Coming, you see. And this is no longer a far-fetched message as it once was to you unbelievers out there, or you average Babylonians, you jakes out there that refuse to hearken to the sound of the trumpet. Now you're beginning to see that the things that was prophesied by the prophets, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, you're seeing these things take place in this lifetime. It's no longer reserved for another 50 years down the line, another 10 years, another 5 years. No, these things are happening now. Every day the Lord is fulfilling prophecy. The Lord is having certain events to take place within the planet Earth to fulfill his will and to fulfill his words. And this is how we know that the words of the Lord are faithful and true, because we physically see them coming to pass, you see? So you jakes out there that's playing games, man, y'all been saying these evils was coming. Y'all been saying this, been saying that. Well, one of some did not believe. Matter of fact, let's start off with that. Because at the end of the day, these things are here, you see? This Romans 3 and verse 3, it says, "For one of some did not believe. Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid." So just because you don't believe the message that's being spoken unto you, just because you don't believe these warnings that the prophets constantly harp on through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, does that mean that the Lord's words are just to be taken lightly, or the Lord's words just, they're not real? Does that mean the Lord is going to draw back his word, draw back these prophecies, slow down these prophecies just because you people out there don't believe? The Lord said, Most High forbid, meaning hell no. You see, it says, yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. And this is how us believers, us prophets, are being justified in the things that we speak, because it's thus saith the Lord. We're not coming out of our own belly, because that's another thing with you jakes. You think that we're giving you a private interpretation just because we're not giving you a fucking feel-good message. We're not giving you a message that's pleasing on the ears, for you people to like us, which we don't give a damn about you people not liking us, you see? Because you people out there hate the Lord. This is the same generation that crucified our Lord, man. You see? This the same generation, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans that don't believe. You the same people, that didn't believe the Lord, even though you seen the miracles. You seen the Lord, multiply the food. You see? You seen the Lord do miracles that couldn't even be, obtained in the scriptures. You see? But it's all good, because the Lord, for your unbelief, the Lord has these judgments to come upon you people, man. You see? And especially you YNs, man. This draft is really for you. Oh, wow. That's folly, man. That was Satan, because that is not what I had queued up. But here you go. Let's get into it. Oh, yeah, and Eve. Since that bullshit that just popped up, you know what I mean? But Eve, you doing all that bullshit, shaking your ass, you know, lollygagging, thinking that you got it made, you ain't got a care in the world. Guess what? You women are eligible to be drafted now. And now more information has come out that they've extended the draft age to 42. You see, which don't even pay no attention to Esau, putting an age limit on it, because this man never trust an enemy. You know, you can't trust a damn thing this nigga say. So this nigga can say 42 today, and he can bump it all the way to age 90 if he want to. You see, which he ain't gonna do shit but just throw you old niggas. He just gonna do exactly what he did during Vietnam. Just gonna throw your ass in there. You see, give you a gun, you on a helicopter with a parachute, and a nigga telling you good luck. And he might not even tell you how to operate the parachute. You see? Or he might just kick you out of it without giving you a parachute. You know? But let's get into it.
42. You are about to get drafted. You are under 42. You are about to get drafted. Here are 3 ways to legally dodge it. Due to a massive collapse in voluntary recruitment, the U.S. Army just quietly updated their protocols. Effective immediately, they are increasing the maximum enlistment age to 42 and eliminating waivers for marijuana convictions. They are mathematically out of bodies. But you cannot simply refuse. Dodging the draft is a federal felony, carrying 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. So here is how you legally get out. Number 1. The 4F medical exemption. You need documented proof of a severe physical or psychological disqualification. Number 2. The 3A hardship deferment. You must prove your deployment would cause extreme financial ruin to your dependents. Number 3. The 1O conscientious objector. You must prove a deep, long-standing moral or religious objection to all war. This is the most viable option for the average civilian, but you cannot pre-register for it. Once your specific draft number is called, you must immediately file a formal claim with the Selective Service. You will then have to appear before a local board with a written dossier proving your ethical opposition to all conflicts. Start documenting your anti-war stance now. But look on the bright side. With the combat age bumped to 42, the Army can finally draft LeBron James to save the day. You are under...
And I hope you celebrities get drafted. I hope all you tough niggas get drafted, you know, so the Lord could go ahead and kill you niggas off, man.
Military draft? Are you fucking kidding me? You think that Gen Z and millennials, younger millennials, are going to go get drafted to fight in the Iran war? You've got to be outside of your fucking mind.
Draft? I don't think I could even do a pull-up, to be honest. I definitely can't fight in a war. Amazing.
Who would be eligible and ineligible for the draft?
Very good question. All U.S. Men, that is citizens, non-citizens, even undocumented immigrants, are required by federal law to register with the Selective Service Administration under the age of 20.
Hope that there is a draft. Okay, I really do hope the United States government activates the Selective Service.
Here are some legal ways to avoid or defer the draft. If you're a U.S. male between the ages of 18 to 25, these rules apply to you.
There are a lot of people out there worried about getting drafted, going in the military, serving in a war that they don't agree with. Let's break this down. I want to hear some of your thoughts down below. As somebody that went to the last war, been through all this stuff, and had to sign up for this,
Yeah. So, as you can see, that's the talk in the earth right now. A draft. You see? And all of this goes back... So like all this goes back to biblical prophecy, you see. This 2 Ezra 16 and verse 33, it says the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. And why is that? Why is it going to be a lot of women out here without husbands, without so-called boyfriends? You know what I mean? Why is that going to take place? Because a lot of you niggas are going to get drafted. So while you sitting your stupid ass up there, you got a lot of these dumbass jakes out here in 2026, all this information out here, these weak ass niggas are still getting on one knee proposing to sluts. You see? You niggas are going to get drafted and you're going to die. And some of you niggas, the Lord has a special surprise for you. You niggas that scoffed, that mocked. The Lord's going to draft your ass over there to the so-called Middle East, and the Lord may have you survive or preserve you just to see Yahushua when he pops up over there on your ass to destroy you face to face. You see? And these are things that we rejoice in, you know, because me personally, I'm tired of seeing you niggas from young all the way to old. You see, and the Lord mainly is tired of looking at you niggas, man. That's why this is written. You see? Because you people have done nothing but walk in great pride. You've done nothing but contribute to Esau's oppressive society. You know? All this wickedness that goes on, and you people don't open your fucking mouths about it. You just go on about your day-to-day like business as usual, or like it's not a problem in the earth. You see? It says in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. Yeah, so you people have gotten married in vain, which that's not even real marriage according to the scriptures. You just got your weak ass on one knee. You spent thousands of dollars on a bullshit ass goddamn ring, you know, and she probably committing adultery on you behind your back. You see? Because you can't, it don't matter what you do for the majority of these women on this side, a large portion of them, you can never satisfy a woman. You see? And it shows you that even with Adam and Eve, man. You see, you can't never satisfy Eve, you know? Not on this side. Now, in the kingdom, Eve is going to be in her. You're going to be in your right mind. You know, you're going to be immortal. You know, you're going to be in your right spirit. You know, you're going to be good. But on this side, a large portion of you women are going to be destroyed. You see? But reading it again, it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. You see? So even if half of you niggas don't get drafted, because you can hear a nigga now, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't worried about it. I ain't getting drafted. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The Lord checkmated your ass and said, okay, you may not get drafted, but you're going to die of starvation, you see? Or you may get eaten alive by teeth of wild beasts. Or Esau Edom may hit you in the back of the head with one of them guns, you know, and beat the shit out you, torture the shit out you, and then you're just going to go right back to the spirit world, man. Or however the Lord has his judgments to play out, you see? But there will be a shortage of men in this planet Earth, you know? And that means a lot of you women are going to be forced to fend for yourselves, lest the Lord pair you with a man of the Lord, you see? Because ain't going to be no average Joe in that day that's going to be able to save you when the Lord really get these judgments cracking to his fullness, you see? So you could depend on little Peanut. You could depend on Peanut right now. You know what I mean? Peanut got his switch on him. Got fucking dreadlocks. You know what I mean? Mean mugging everybody. You know, waiting on a nigga to step on his shoe. You know? But he ain't gonna be able to defend you when the lights go out, or when they draft his ass, or when it ain't no more food out here. You know? Because Lil Peanut don't know Yahweh Shemel Shah. Lil Peanut don't believe in miracles. You see? But continuing on, 2 Ezra 15 and 49, it says, I will send plagues upon the world. See, these plagues are here. Widowhood. What's widowhood? Widowhood is a woman without a husband. You see? You women are going to be without husbands. And you're already seeing widowhood now. Because the Lord is taking out a lot of men now. Or, you know, look how high the divorce rate is in 2026. It's high as it's ever been. You see? So a lot of you women are single now. How much more in that day of Jacob's trouble to its fullness, man? Poverty. A lot of people are going to be without jobs, without homes. And once this hyperinflation kicks in, you're not going to be able to afford to eat. You're not going to be able to stunt in your cars, your different apartments that you have, your houses that you got. Any carnal possessions that you people have accumulated and hold fast to on this side, you're not going to be able, you know, to sustain these things. You see? You ain't going to be able to sustain. It says famine. And guess what? We're in a famine. Sword and pestilence to waste our houses with destruction and death. So the Lord has these plagues sent out, and he told you why. To waste your houses, waste your substances, you know, to destroy you and to put you to death, man. You see? 2 Ezra 5 and 1, it says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, meaning the signs, which is these prophecies, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. You see? So you got 8 billion people on the planet Earth. The Lord is about to do a spiritual depopulation. You see? And he's going to use Esau, Edom to do it. You see? Because Esau is the one that's bringing forth the famine, these different diseases and pestilence that's going to kill you people off. You know, poverty that's going to have, once he put you people out of your homes, and the homeless rate skyrockets, and that's going to create what? Lawlessness within the land, lawlessness within America. And Eve is so comfortable, man. Eve, you don't have a chance unless, you know, Yahweh Shema shall be with you, unless you repent and turn back to your power. You see? But continuing on, so a lot of people is going to die. So this ain't a far-fetched message. The Lord said many are going to be taken in a great number. So it means a large portion of people is going to die, man. You see? And as we, you know, us believers that, you know, have our personal walks, you know, on a day-to-day basis, when we're amongst these people, whether it's at work, whether it's just out in public in general, just sit there and really meditate that these people that we're looking at, they're going to be, you know, sent right back to the spirit world in grievous ways, man. And we are not to mourn for these people. We're not to feel sorry for these people. You see? Because at the end of the day, the Lord is going to bring it back to our remembrance that the gospel's been preached. The warning has been going out for decades, going back to Rabbi Abba Bibbins. You see? The message has been going forth, man. So it ain't going to be no, you think that the man of the Lord is going to feel sorry for you people out there, you unbelievers. We're not going to feel sorry for you in that day, because we did all we could do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? And this message is really only for the elect any fucking way, you know? The rest of you people, you just get ready to just pack it up and die, man, you know? And we hope the Lord have mercy on us. You see? It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. You see? People are going to be faithless out here. It tells you in Luke, the 21st chapter, how these people are going to be in the state of perplexity, not knowing what the fuck is going on, not knowing which way to turn, you know? Not knowing up from down looking at, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to know. They're not going to understand why these things are happening. You see? Because what was their main focus on as this word was going forth. A nigga was just worrying about getting some money and establishing his footing in this world. You see? 2nd Ezra 8 and 50, it says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." You see, so many great miseries are going to be done to you people because you walk in great pride, man. So that draft is coming. You see? Lord willing, that was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men who taught me this truth. Peace and blessings be to the hopeful elect, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.